Okay, on to the next article with our beloved Patty Murray. It looks like uploading multiple gigabytes of video over data, because I only like to record in high quality, is going to drain the battery pretty quickly, so let's see how long I can hold this on for. Anyway, Murray describes chilling close call with the Capitol mob. On January 6th, rioters pounded on the door outside the office where Senator Patty Murray was hiding with her husband. She recalls their shouts of having, quote, breached the castle and to, quote, kill the infidels. Let's just sit with that for a moment. Quote, I was not safe. It was a horrific feeling, and it lasted for a long time, recalled Murray in her first public account of her close encounter with the mob that stormed the U.S. Capitol in an interview that aired Friday on PBS NewsHour. The voice of Murray, the senior member of the Washington U.S. Senate delegation, was often taut with emotion as she offered chilling details of her experience that day. She spoke on the eve of what is expected to be a historic Senate impeachment trial vote Saturday on whether to convict former President Donald Trump on charges of inciting the rioters. On that day, Murray said she was preparing for remarks she would make on the Senate floor and was working in an office nearby. She had heard the president give a speech to his supporters and knew the crowd was, quote, pretty negative. I think we can all agree that that is somewhat of an understatement. Hence why it is even a news thing right now. Continued. Okay. But once she was in that office with her husband, she texted her family to say she was safe. Then things changed. She could see out a window that protesters were breaking into the building. She still thought she was safe because she was in the Capitol and, quote, that's what we feel. But she heard explosions and yelling, and soon there were people in the hallway outside the office. Murray said she and her husband had to be very quiet. They made eye contact, quote, and just we can see each other's eyes. Please let this door be locked. Quote, and this vision of my husband just putting his foot against a door, like he might be able to hold down this incredibly loud, angry, even jubilant mob outside our door was just beyond belief, Murray said in an interview with PBS's Judy Woodruff, anchor of NewsHour. The, quote, terror I saw in his eyes was something I have not seen, and we have been married almost 49 years. I remember someone saying, get me the map, I need the map. It sounded like they were talking on walkie-talkies to someone else and getting directions, so they knew what they were looking for. And by the way, they didn't know it was me, I don't think. It could have been anyone. It could have been any member of Congress. I don't think it mattered whether we were Republican or Democrat, women or man. They were in there to kill the infidels, as they were saying. Murray said the ordeal lasted about an hour. She told Woodruff that she had had a hard time talking about the day. She said she didn't want the rioters to feel like they had instilled fear in me or kept me from doing what I needed to do. Murray said she had decided to speak about the ordeal Friday because, quote, as I listened yesterday to the House managers and they talked about the senators being 58 steps away, that I was inches away. Murray said that, quote, you show your fear is overcome by strength, by speaking out and speaking against what happened in the Capitol. I want a country that uses words and voices, that speaks out against this kind of brute force, that does not allow it to be what runs our democracy.